You are watching Rose-Hulman Volleyball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 18 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence. You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us from the Holbert Arena in Terre Haute, Indiana, on the campus of the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Tonight we have an exciting women's college volleyball matchup between the DePauw Tigers and the Rose-Hulman Fightin' Engineers. I'm Troy Wilseen. I'll be joined in just a moment by Greg Mogan. We should have a pretty good matchup here tonight. We've got two 7-7 teams. DePauw 7-7, 1-0 in conference play, and Rose-Hulman 7-7, and they are also 1-0 in conference play. DePauw comes into this evening having lost their last two matches. They lost twice last Saturday against Hanover 3-1 and against Oberlin 3-0. And Greg, we've got you on board now once we got the headset working there. Just telling our viewers, should be a pretty good matchup tonight. On paper, these two teams seem to be pretty even, but we'll see what plays out here in what's been a pretty one-sided affair over the years.
Yeah, I was talking to the coach at DePauw before we came on the air, and find it interesting that their two best hitters are from the other side of the United States, California girls, to little old Greencastle, Indiana.
Yeah, it is interesting. There's, we've got girls from all over the country with these two schools here tonight. One thing we were looking at earlier, Rose-Hulman, pretty up and down year so far. They started the year out in Texas, won 3 out of 4 in the Invitational out there, and then a pretty rough stretch, losing 6 matches in a row in 2 separate tournaments in Illinois. But then the last couple weeks, they've kind of recouped everything. They've won 4 in a row. They swept the Rose-Hulman Invitational last weekend, going 3-0, and they seem to be kind of on an upwards tick as they head into conference play later this week.
Yeah, that's this is the first time I've seen either team play this year, so I'm kind of learning as I go about their tendencies and who their go-to players are. I've noticed in looking at their lineups that DePauw is not a very big team. Both of their outside hitters are fairly small, whereas Rose has a 6-foot outside hitter. DePauw's best hitter is only 5'8". So that's fairly small for a college outside.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman lately has been led by Lily Ebright. She was named the HCAC Defensive Player of the Week last week. 121 digs, a career-high 38 against Webster, and she, of course, pretty much led the Engineers to that sweep in the Rose-Hulman Invitational last weekend. Getting ready for tonight's action, as we mentioned, a 4-match win streak for the Engineers. They seem to be ticking upwards. DePauw, on the other hand, they've become a pretty significant force in Division III women's volleyball over the last several years under head coach, I lost her name here, Deb Zellers. She's a 92 DePauw grad. She's the winningest coach in Tiger history, and her all-time record at DePauw, 604 and 312 in 28 seasons. She's now in her 29th season at DePauw. So one of the best. They've been to the tournament the last 4 years and 5 out of the last 6. So you're going up against a pretty tough opponent anytime you draw the Tigers.
Yeah, talking to her before we came on the air here, it's kind of interesting to know, too, that the Rose-Hulman coach is in her 5th year, Rachel Delsey, and she actually was an assistant coach for Deb Zellers at DePauw.
Yeah, and you couldn't learn from a better mentor, I guess. Rachel Delsey, 54 and 59 in her 5th year, as you said, here at Rose. They were the 2018 HCAC tourney champs, so she's had a little taste of success here, and she's hoping to lead this group to another, hopefully, postseason run. But they'll have to turn it on in conference play. We've got about 5 minutes till we get underway here in the Holbert Arena. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to the Indiana Sports Network.
Gen Z is a stall generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Thanks again for joining us this evening from Terre Haute, Indiana. Busy Rose-Hulman campus tonight. We've got not only our volleyball match here in the Holbert Arena. I saw the football team practicing next door, and right past them, the women's soccer team will have their first conference match over there tonight. So no matter where you are around Terre Haute, you could come over to Rose-Hulman and catch some action this evening. We would quickly like to thank our sponsors, obviously Culver's for our pregame show, soon to bring a second location to Terre Haute. I believe it'll be out by the Vigo County Fairgrounds on Highway 41. Our presenting sponsor, the Indiana Army National Guard, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Micah Bonomo, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy in Brazil, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. And we'd like to also thank York Automotive for providing transportation for the Indiana Sports Network. They have 5 locations across Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. So, Greg, as we get ready for tonight's action, just a couple minutes away, we were talking about the coaches for both of these clubs. I'd like to hit real quickly again on Deb Zellers, just because she's had such a great career with the Tigers. She was a former DePauw softball coach. She was an all-conference volleyball player in 1989 and 91, and then quickly took over the Tiger program. And as we mentioned, she's the winningest coach in program history. DePauw comes to us out of the North Coast Athletic Conference. As we mentioned earlier, they're 1-0 in conference play so far this year. That includes others such as Ohio Wesleyan, Wittenberg, Denison, Worcester, Kenyon, Hiram, and Oberlin, who they've already defeated this season. So always a tough test when the Greencastle girls come to town. Rose-Hulman only 3-34 all time against DePauw. So,
I wasn't aware of that.
You weren't aware? It's been a rough road when they play the Tigers. They've lost their last 12, and I believe here at home they're only 2-10 all time. So it's a rare thing for Rose-Hulman to beat them. We'll see if they can change that tonight. One thing that may lean in the Engineers' favor, DePauw, a very young team. You look at their roster, only 4 upperclassmen. They've got 7 freshmen and 5 sophomores. So that could be part of the struggles they've had so far this season. You know, at 7-7, you feel like both of these clubs probably feel like there should be a few more in the win column at this point in the year.
Well, if statistics mean anything, Rose-Hulman at 7-7 and DePauw at 2-8, you would think this would be a good opportunity for Rose to get a victory tonight. But you never know who the other team has played and how they compare to to your opponents. So statistics don't always mean a lot when two teams like this get together.
Yeah, exactly. We're just about 30 seconds away from getting underway. A few of the players to watch for tonight's matchup. For the Engineers, Sophia Harrison has been pretty strong this season. She's got 39 service aces, 14 kills. Jillian Gregg, Allie Foltz has played a big role. Elizabeth Cannon and Sophia Coop with 21 service aces, 114 kills. Rose-Hulman, again, swept the Rose-Hulman Invitational last weekend, including their first conference win over Manchester. As I believe we're getting ready for our national anthem, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
We will meet the starting lineups in a moment, but first we ask that you please rise and join Rose-Hulman senior Liz Cannon for the singing of our national anthem.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to the Holborn Arena. Just about to get underway with the DePauw Tigers and the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. Beautiful rendition of our national anthem by Rose-Hulman's own Elizabeth Cannon. As here are the starting lineups for tonight's action.
Number 8, a senior, Jessica Levy. Number 10, a sophomore, Katie Gansel. Number 14, a junior, Lauren Ridgway. Number 16, a sophomore, Olivia Carwin. Number 17, a sophomore, Ashley Haas. And the libero, a freshman, number 15, Grace Myers. DePauw is coached by Deb Zellers. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. A 5'6" senior from Conroe, Texas, number 9, Sophia Harrison. A 5'9" junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 12, Kylie Rathman. A 5'10" sophomore from Marshall, Indiana, number 13, Jillian Gregg. A 6' junior from Centralia, Illinois, number 16, Allie Foltz. A 6' junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, number 21, Sophia Coop. A 5'11" junior from Prospect, Kentucky, number 22, Kate Wood. And the libero, a 5'4" freshman from Wichita, Kansas, number 1, Lily Ebright. Rose-Hulman is coached by Rachel Delsey.
There are your starting lineups for tonight's action. As we mentioned earlier, Lily Ebright kind of led the team last weekend, again named HCAC Defensive Player of the Week for her contributions in the Rose-Hulman Invitational. Grade tonight, the winner comes out with the winning record on the season. The loser's got a lot of work to do. What do you think about what we're about to see here?
Well, like I said before, if statistics mean anything, one loss record, it looks like Rose would have the edge. But volleyball is such a momentum sport. If you can put together 3 or 4 points in a row, it's hard to break that momentum. A lot of times the game goes to 25, or that might be 1 point at a time.
Yeah.
And it seems like it takes forever to get there. But if you can string 3 or 4 in a row, it's hard to break that momentum. And the fastest way to do that is if you kill your own momentum with a service error. So serving is where the game starts in volleyball. It starts in that back row. If you can't pass the serve, then your setter's going to scramble to get a good set. And that in tune hampers your hitters all night long if you don't have good serve receive. So we'll see. That is a key to me, is how well can you handle the service of the other team.
We are ready to get going here. Looks like serving for Rose-Hulman, number 9, Sophia Harrison, out of Conroe, Texas. She's one of the seniors on the engineer program. Over number 16, Allie Fultz.
That counts as a kill, no matter how hard it's hit. That little dink is so effective if you can hit that honey spot right there in the center.
Fultz did a good job. Rose-Hulman on the board first.
Touch.
And Rose-Hulman up 2-0.
We had a touch at the net there by DePauw, and the ball went out of bounds, but it was off the DePauw block.
DePauw gets one back there as number 13, Jillian Gregg, got herself caught out a little bit. She's one of only 2 engineers from the state of Indiana. Rose quickly answers back, Sophia Coop. As Megan Corte comes into the game in place of Kylie Rathbun. Corte, a 5'11" freshman out of St. Louis.
Nice block.
And that was number 16, Allie Fultz, with a beautiful block. Rose-Hulman up 4-1.
I was mentioning earlier, blocking is a strange statistic in volleyball.
That one's a little long.
You might have 2 or 3 blocks on one volley, but unless play stops, it doesn't count as a block.
Yeah. I'm fairly new to volleyball. You were explaining a few things to me earlier, and there are some things that don't make a whole lot of sense.
There's a nice serve right there. Very nice dig. Another nice block by Rose. That's 2 blocks so far in this game.
Allie Fultz again coming up big early in this one, as coming in Kate Wood. Lily Ebright will take a break, and serving is Allie Fultz. She puts one into the net. It's now 5-3, Rose-Hulman in front.
I got 3 of those 3 points for DePauw. 2 of them have been Rose-Hulman service errors. That is the quickest way to destroy your momentum that your team has.
You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. Kendall Herrick into the match for DePauw. First time we've seen her. Beautiful tap over number 13, Jillian Gregg again. As Elizabeth Cannon comes in, sang our national anthem tonight. I've never seen a player sing the national anthem before the match they were playing it. That was a new one, but it was very well done. And that's what Lily Ebright does best. The dig to save it. Rose-Hulman up 7-3. Ebright leads the team in digs, 294 coming into this match. As Rose can't track that one down. Cannon puts that one into the net. Now 7-5 Rose. Serving for DePauw, number 8, Jessica Levy.
It's a nice dig.
And that one a little long from Kate Wood. Levy, a 5'8" senior, one of the 2 seniors on this DePauw club. Beautiful. Megan Corte gets one back for the Engineers.
Kills don't have to be hard, they just have to hit the floor.
Yeah, she found a perfect spot for that one. It's now serving for Rose-Hulman, Kylie Rathbun out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
A little float serve.
That one got away from Jessica Levy. Rose-Hulman back up to a 3-point advantage. Rathbun sends that one long. Coming in for the Tigers, number 14, Lauren Ridgway. 6'2" junior out of Burr Ridge, Illinois. Kate Wood puts that one across. The Engineers consistently staying in front of the Tigers here, as now Ebright will serve.
Nice dig. Little dump by the setter there.
Yeah, that was pretty clever. That was Kendall Herrick.
Yeah. If you can see that middle's open and you get a chance to dump it right in the middle, that'll draw the back row in on the next play and leave the corners exposed.
Caught Rose-Hulman a little off guard on that one. That one sent long.
Ball was a little bit behind her head when she hit it.
Serving is number 5, Avery Christie from Plymouth, Indiana. And that one into the net off the hand of Elizabeth Cannon. So we are knotted up at 10. Christie will serve, 5'4" junior. I believe that was Allie Foltz again. Boy, she's having a big match so far.
Yeah, again, don't have to hit it hard. That's about the third one that's just been little dinks in open spots. Another service error. That would be service error number 4 for Rose.
Sophia Harrison sends that one long. Tied at 11, serving for DePauw, number 10, Katie Gansel. That one's knocked into the stands by number 21, Sophia Coop.
That would be a service ace.
DePauw second in their conference in service aces so far this season. Rose-Hulman strikes back. That's coming back in is Megan Forte.
Just a freshman.
We've seen already a lot of freshmen affecting this match. There seems to be several on both sides. That one sent long. Number 16, Olivia Carr went a little too much, and Rose-Hulman back in front, 13-12. Set, and there's another point for Rose. Cortez sends it over. 14-12 in favor of the Engineers. As she caught Grace Myers a little off balance in the back there.
That one was close. That may very well have been out of bounds if she'd let that go, but
looked a little unsure of herself as that one arrived. 15-12 in favor of Rose-Hulman.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in Central and West Central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. It's 15-12 in favor of Rose-Hulman. Despite 4 service errors, as you mentioned, Greg, Rose-Hulman able to stay on top of the Tigers so far. I believe she got to the net.
Yeah, net violation. Yeah, those service errors are so important. You need to realize that every serve counts as 2. It's one you got and one the other team didn't get. So when you have a service error,
Sophia Coop for the service ace. 17-12 now in favor of Rose. Last year, these two teams met, and DePauw won 3-1. That was in Greencastle.
There's a good drop serve there. That top spin, it's not a hard serve, but it drops as soon as it crosses that net.
Yeah, they seem to be struggling when Sophia Coop is sending them over.
There's just a flat floater.
There's another one, Rose-Hulman stretching it out now, 19-12.
If you watch that ball when it's served, if that ball is not spinning, it's like throwing a knuckleball in baseball. It moves back and forth, left and right, and it's very hard for that serve receiver to actually get square in front of that ball.
We'll take a quick break while we've got another timeout on the floor. You're watching Rose-Hulman volleyball.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Back to action here at Rose-Hulman. The Engineers lead 19-12. Going to fall. 19-13. Rose-Hulman doing a good job keeping DePauw off balance so far in this one.
Yeah, that was a well-needed kill right there. Rose had reeled off about 5 in a row.
As Grace Myers, the freshman from New Palestine, serves. But you can't save that one. Rose will get it back up 20-13. Kill by Megan Corte. 16. Allie Fultz sends it across. That one's going to go out on the paw. Little indecision by Belle Shelton back there. Rose now up by 8. Allie Fultz will send it over. And that one's going to be long. Or was it? Yes, it was. Kendall Herrick back in for DePauw. As serving is number 2, Riley Kamer. 5'6" freshman from Fisherville, Kentucky. Beautiful step spike, number 24, Megan Corte. Rose-Hulman up 22-14, closing in on a first set win. Serving is number 13, Jillian Gregg. Ebright keeps it alive. Set. That one's sent out. And that point will go to Rose, 23-14. Corte credited with another kill. That one's long. Graves holding up 6 fingers to me over here. That's 6 service errors already by Rose. However, they can't handle that one, and then now it is 24-15 as Rose looks to take the first set.
I see DePauw struggling to get a block at the net, and as I noticed before the match started, they're not real big.
Yeah, you mentioned the height disadvantage, and I think that's playing a part so far. That one's sent long. That'll be number 7 as far as service errors go for Rose. It's 24-16, Engineers. Serving for DePauw, number 17, Ashley Haas. She's one of those Californians you were talking about. Kept alive, sent across, and it is in. Rose-Hulman will take the first set 25-16. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. Rose-Hulman took the first set over the DePauw Tigers. We're just about ready to begin set number 2. And Greg, what are your takeaways from the first one? A lot of mistakes by Rose, but they withstood it pretty well.
Yeah, when you consider that 43% of DePauw's points were points you gave them on service errors.
Quit doing their job for them. Is that what
yeah,
you're trying to say?
DePauw's got some work to do here, and what I saw in that first game is size in this game does matter. When you have a setter that's 5'4", and she's going up to block a 6-foot-tall hitter on the other side, that usually doesn't turn out very well.
No, and so far it hasn't for the Lady Tigers. As Rose-Hulman looking to turn around some trends here this evening. We've mentioned DePauw has defeated Rose the last 12 times they've met. They're only 2-10 all time here at home. This is a clash that's gone back to 1996. Rose-Hulman's been on the bitter end of it more often than not, but this evening, so far, looking pretty good for the Lady Engineers. We will try to get you some updates here in a little while on the Rose men's and women's soccer teams. Both of those are starting conference play this evening.
The DePauw coach is going to have to use some of her 29 years of experience here to see if she can pull this one out.
So we are underway in set number 2. And Rose quickly on the board, number 16, Allie Fultz. Megan Corte led the way with 6 kills in the first set. 17 for Rose, only 3 for DePauw. As that one, a short arm, number 10, Katie Dansel struggled with it. Serving for Rose-Hulman.
Nice serve.
Sophia Harrison. That one will go to the end. Oh, that's going to be a DePauw point. That one a little long off the hand of Olivia Carlin. That'll tie it up at 3. Well, now the scoreboard's going crazy on us. It's 3-1 in favor of the Engineers. I thought I was wrong on
that
the first
was in.
one.
Yeah, he was in. It was a very nice hit and a quick set in the middle. DePauw has an opportunity here. There it is.
Kylie Rathman got a hand on it, but knocked it out. It's now 3-2, Rose.
Oh,
that one gets the net and falls over another DePauw point. That'll knot it up at 3.
That's a nice serve, too.
Oh, that one catches the net and falls over.
Hit the antenna.
Ah.
Yep. It hit the net, then hit the antenna and fell out of bounds. So anytime you hit that antenna, it's the other team's point.
So it's now 4-3 in favor of the Tigers. Serving for DePauw, number 10, Katie Gansel, a sophomore.
That's long.
That one way long off the hands of number 8, Jessica Levy. 5-3 now. I've got 2 different scoreboards saying 2 different things. It's 4-4, sorry.
Yeah.
Boy, Lily Ebright is just a rock back there on the back line for Rose as they put another one across. That's going to be a service ace, Sophia Coop.
That's got to be the hardest one to return. I mean, if you notice, that's not a hard serve at all, but it does not spin in the air. That's like a pitcher in baseball throwing a knuckleball.
Coop keeps it alive to Ebright. Sent across, but out. Number 24, Megan Forte. A little long. 6-5, Engineers.
You've got to not follow through. If you want to hit a flat ball on a serve, you don't follow through. If you follow through, your hand will rotate over the top of the ball and give it a top spin. So you have to flatten your hand when you serve that. And if you can throw a flat ball on your toss, it's much easier then to hit a flat ball that doesn't rotate. So you watch the toss and see how much spin she gets. And there's almost no spin on the toss, and the result is a difficult ball to handle on the other side.
You can tell a little run here for the Tigers as they now have the advantage. 7-6 into the match for Rose-Hulman. Number 11, Claudia Rowan, a sophomore out of LaGrange, Kentucky. I believe that's the first time we've seen her this evening.
Touch.
Ooh, that one is in. Number 24, Megan Corte. She's having an evening so far as Rose knots it back up at 7. Kate Wood back in. Serving for the Engineers, number 16, Allie Foltz.
Got a free ball coming here.
That was well played. Number 13, Jillian Gregg sends it over into the dead spot, and it is 8-7 Engineers. Allie Foltz and Jillian Gregg both named to the Rose-Hulman Invitational All-Tournament team after last weekend's action.
There's a top spin serve.
There's a little miscommunication there by the Engineers. Sends that one out and knotted up at 8. Ebright back in.
That's a rare block by DePauw there. But I think it's about as much to do with the Rose hit as it was the block. She hit right into the girl's hand.
Yeah, it was Ashley Haas. She's only 5'11" up there on the net.
There's a nice dig by DePauw.
Good save, Jessica Levy, Rose. And that one's gonna go off of Sophia Harrison. Now 10-8 in favor of DePauw.
DePauw has utilized that little curl in this game more than they did in game 1, and it's been pretty successful for them.
Rose gets one back. Claudia Rowan strikes.
When I say they've utilized a curl, if you'll watch, the girl in the middle will rotate around the outside hitter and come from behind her to hit. She won't set up on her own side. She'll actually come from the middle to the side to hit.
That was blocked back over by Rose. We're now tied back up at 10. Number 13, Jillian Gregg sends it over. And Rose will go back out in front 11-10. Well, Claudia Rowan's played a pretty big role since she came in there a few minutes ago. That one's going to be long off the hands of Cannon. Pretty impressed with Kendall Herrick down there so far. She's been really active for the Tigers in the middle. And that one falls short for the Engineers. So DePauw back in front.
It's good to see that Rose has cleaned up their service errors in this game. They had 7 in game 1, and I'm not sure they have any in this game yet, but they've certainly cleaned that area up.
Rathbun did some damage in the first game serving, but this one sent long.
As I speak about cleaning up the service errors.
The announcer's jinx, Greg.
We'll see what kind of serve DePauw can put in.
Ashley Haas, this one's in there. It didn't work the other way. However,
as a result of a good pass by the Rose player, you can handle that serve and get a good pass to your setter, then you get first swing at that ball.
Ebright with a service ace. Some confusion on the DePauw side. Now 14-12, Engineers. Ebright's been an immediate impact for this Rose-Hulman club this year, just a freshman.
Nice.
There's number 2, Riley Kamer, a good shot across the middle. 14-13, Engineers. Back in for DePauw's number 16, Olivia Carwin. As serving will be number 5, Avery Christie, out of Plymouth, Indiana. And she fires one long. Second game a lot closer than the first one. Rose pretty much dominated the first game. DePauw's made some adjustments.
Good hit.
And there's big number 16, Olivia Carwin, a 5'10 sophomore. And yep, she got. It's going to be a Rose point. I think she got the net. So 16-14, Engineers. As Coops back to serve. Rose-Hulman will extend it to 17-14.
That is a topspin serve. If you watch, that ball dives to the ground. It goes over the net and hits straight to the ground. It's like throwing a drop ball in baseball.
Can't imagine that'd be very easy to deal with. That one's fired across. Number 8, Jessica Levy, great shot over the middle. As we see Claudia Rowan come back in. Set and spike. Rose-Hulman back to a 3-point advantage. Allie Foltz back to serve. Oh boy, Olivia Carwin, she's kind of a force up there right now for DePauw.
Carwin is the leading percentage hitter for DePauw. She doesn't lead the team in kills, but she leads the team in percentage of kills.
That was set long. The number 9, Sophia Harrison. It's 18-17, Engineers.
That was a little quick set. That's a very timing play. The middle and the setter have to be on the same page on that because you're only going to set the ball about a foot above the net.
Ooh, that one meets right at the top row. Oops. Got a point for
4
DePauw.
hits.
Knotted up at 18. And I believe we've got a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one with them. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
To everyone who loves great food,
Let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. We're knotted up at 18 in the second set here. Rose-Hulman took the first. Just about ready to get underway. Been a pretty well contested game here so far, Greg.
Yeah, this has been a different DePauw team here, this second game.
Took them a while to wake up, but boy, now they're here, aren't they?
It's kind of ironic because Rose has cleaned up their serves, but DePauw's cleaned up everything else.
Greg, you were mentioning they were running some quick sets now. What's the difference, would you say, between a quick set and, a normal set?
A quick set is all based on timing between your setter and your hitter. The setter actually sets the ball after the hitter has already started their approach. And if that set isn't just perfect, a lot of times the hitter will overrun the ball, or if the set is too low or too high. It's strictly based on timing. A normal kill, the setter and the hitter will time their approach and their set together, and the hitter doesn't start their approach until the setter touches the ball. But on a quick set, that's just the opposite. The approacher or the hitter will start their approach before the setter even touches the ball.
(2019) Rose-Hulman. Stretch at 21-19. Nice shot by Megan Cortez. She's really kind of led the way for the Engineers so far. As it looks like we've got another timeout. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Rose-Hulman volleyball.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Welcome back to Rose-Hulman. The Engineers leading the second set 21-19 over the Tigers of DePauw. And that one a little bit out of sync for the Tigers. 22-19 now in favor of Rose. That is a nice block. Kate Wood standing tall at the net, and it's going to pay off. Rose-Hulman up 23-19. Jillian Craig will step back to serve.
Kind of looked to me like the libero for DePauw was expecting something a little different on that. She was leaned back on her heels, and then the ball's hit in front of her, and I think she was expecting a little bit different kind of a hit.
We have to get the Swiffer out for a minute. We got a wet spot on the floor. I'd like to thank a few of our sponsors this evening. The Indiana Army National Guard, our pregame sponsor, Culver's. You a big Culver's fan, Greg?
The ice cream, yeah.
Just the sweet tooth they get you. Huh?
That's right.
I hear you.
Anybody can make a hamburger, you know. So.
Not anybody. The best hamburgers are made by the people that pay our bills.
Of course, I found that even at 69 years old, I can go get a kid's meal at Culver's, and then you get that free ice cream. So
that's true. But I don't know. I like those Butterburgers now.
The turtle. the turtle Sunday for me.
Kendall Herrick sends one over. It's 23-21 in favor of Rose. And we've got yet another timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look for ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back. Troy Wilsine and Greg Mogan coming to you from Terre Haute, Indiana this evening. Rose-Hulman leads the second set against DePauw 23-21. After controlling the first one pretty handily, DePauw has put up a lot stronger fight here in the second set. As serving will be Jessica Levy. That one is going to be out. 23-22. Favor of Rose. The Engineers have won 4 straight, looking to continue that win streak. Albright sends it over, but number 17, Ashley Haas, waiting on it for the Tigers.
I think number 8, the server, should get half credit for that.
She put her in the position for it, right?
She served the ball that was difficult to handle.
We'll have to get that one over.
A free ball here. Should score. We got another. Yep.
A little bit of a misfire by Megan Corte. It's now 24-23 in favor of DePauw. So they can take the second set right here. Serving for it, number 8, Jessica Levy. Sends it across, and it is a service ace. DePauw will take the second set. That'll tie up the match, 1-1. And we will take a quick break. You're watching Rose-Hulman Volleyball on the Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
At a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
Greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. We're just about ready to get going with our third set. Rose-Hulman took the opening set 25-16. DePauw fought back for a 25-23 win in set number 2. Just about ready to go, and Greg DePauw adapted to what Rose did to him in the first set, and boy, they had a bit of a different look there.
Yeah, I saw two big changes DePauw made. They utilized a curl on the right side. That gets them away from a double block. And they also utilized a quick set in the middle, more so than they did in game 1. We'll see what Rose does to combat those two things in this third game.
Well, there's a reason Deb Zellers has had the success she has at DePauw. Again, 4 straight postseason appearances for the Tigers, however, a much younger team this season. You could probably call it a rebuilding year. I don't know if they'd agree with you. They probably don't like, labeling something as a rebuilding year, but with this young group of girls they have over there, boy, there's a pretty bright future in Greencastle.
Yeah, you may not like calling it that, but when you've only got 2 girls on your entire roster that are seniors, it's kind of hard not to call it a rebuilding year.
Still very competitive this season. They are 1-0 in conference play so far. That one is sent long right off the bat by Rose. Another.
DePauw, 2 seniors and 7 freshmen, so it's kind of hard not to call that rebuilding.
But those freshmen are playing a pretty big role tonight. Rose sends another one on. Sally Foltz sent that one out.
Okay, it looks like DePauw's got a different player in. They've got a 6'2" middle now, Lauren Ridgway, and I don't recall seeing her in the first 2 games.
No, I don't believe she's been in there yet. Ridgway, a junior from Burr Ridge. As so far, Rose-Hulman with 10 service errors, just 1 for the Tigers. So we've got a bit of a delay here. Thank the rest of our sponsors real quick. Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonomo, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane Trailers, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy in Brazil, of course with their famous soda fountain. Used to go there a lot when I was a kid. Riddell National Bank and York Automotive.
Looks like we have an injury to a line judge.
Well, you don't see that very often.
I'm not sure how you get injured standing there unless you whack yourself with your flag.
I was going to say, she must have hit herself with the flag. She's a trooper. She's going to hang in there. I think there's even a little blood on the floor. They're going to clean that up real quick. So, unexpected delay here in the third set.
No.
Unexpected delay here. We'd like to quickly thank our camera operators for the night's game. Kanan Harper, Amy Metcalf, and Brevin Harper. Tony Harper. I've just been informed we got a different crew, so scratch that and don't thank those people. They didn't do anything for us. Kanan Harper is here. Grant Hanick. And Sebastian De La Rosa. I don't know if he's new. I haven't met him yet. Nice to have you on board, Sebastian. We're back underway. Rose-Hulman on the board. We'd also like to thank the guy that fed me all those names, our producer and director, Tony Harper. Sophia Coop sends it over for the Engineers.
was a good dig.
Nice block by DePauw. And that right there is why Lily Ebright is so important to this team. What a great dig to keep that alive. Now 2-2. She's just so active. She's everywhere. Can't save that one though. 3-2 Tigers. Ashley Haas comes back in. And serving will be number 15, Grace Myers. She's out of New Palestine, Indiana. As back in for the Engineers, Claudia Rowan. Myers actually leads the Tigers in digs so far this year. 214 coming into tonight's match. Block.
With 4 hits.
Yep.
That was just 4 hits.
That point will go to the Engineers. Ebright gets a break in favor of Kate Wood. 3-3 here in the third set. That was a great shot. Number 16, Olivia Carwin sends that one into no man's land. 4-3 Tigers. Kills so far for the Engineers to the 17 for DePauw. And that one's gonna fall. So DePauw up 5-3. That was number 17, Haas.
Carwin is hitting from the right side, and she's the leading hitter for DePauw. And it's kind of unusual to have your right side hitter leading your team in kills. Unless she's left-handed, and Carwin is not left-handed.
That one sent out of play, though, by Herrick. As Cannon comes back in. One of the few seniors on the Rose-Hulman club. As that one's going to go out on the side. So it's 6-4 DePauw. Boy, Katie Gansel was waiting on that one.
Not a lot you can do with that one.
Yeah.
An overpass, and Middle's waiting for that one.
See if Rose can regroup here. DePauw on a little bit of a run. Now leading 7-4 here in set number 3. And that one blocked back. It's now 8-4 as Haas is doing a lot of damage up at the net.
Troy, if you or I, either one, was tall enough to actually touch the top of the net, that overpass would be the kind you'd be waiting for. Get that once in a game.
We see Aaliyah Jones come in for the first time for the Engineers. 5'10" junior out of Michigan City, Indiana. That one sent right overhead to Paul. Now with a commanding 9-4 lead. Boy, DePauw made some adjustments, and they have handled Rose lately. We'll take a quick break. It's 9-4 in the third set from the Hulbert Arena.
if somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. It's 9-4 in set number 3. DePauw leads Rose-Hulman. Each team has taken a set so far. Greg, DePauw turned a corner after that first set, and they've kind of been showing Rose what for lately.
I think in this game they've utilized a right side hitter a little bit more than normal. Their leading hitter, Carwin, is hitting from the right side, and it's been beneficial to them in this game.
Elizabeth Cannon sends one through. However, I think she might have got the net. It's 10-4 DePauw. DePauw kept that alive. That was well played.
I was just going to say that middle's wide open if Rose can dump one right in the middle.
Well, it seems to be like what they're trying to do. Kamer saved a couple of them. Not sure how.
The setter's a little bit late getting back to cover that middle. If they could dump it right over that, the middle's hands.
Cote short arms that one. It's now 11-4 DePauw. Levy back to serve. That was blocked down. Jones keeps it alive. And that one's going to get away. It's now 12-4. Boy, DePauw is rolling right now.
And when you have hitters that are not real tall, like number 10 for DePauw is 5'8", a lot of times it's not overpowering the defenders, but if you can hit it off of their hands and it goes out of bounds just like that one did, it's just as effective as hitting a really, really hard ball. There's a quick set. That's the first time I've seen Rose use that. And that's, it doesn't give the blockers time to set up for a hit. That's the benefit of using that quick set. The ball only goes about a foot above the net, so your hitter has to start their approach before the setter actually touches the ball.
Kate Wood powered that one through for the Engineers. As that one goes over the top of Greg. It's now 13-5.
Yeah, both Rose blockers were late getting there.
DePauw seems to have hit their stride here. Is now serving for the Tigers, Ashley Haas. Oh, boy.
Mishandled on the serve.
Greg said it was Rathbun. Not great reaction on that one. 14-5 DePauw. However, Rose will get one back.
This is a big game. This is the most important game in the match right here. Rose point off the DePauw block.
14-7. Eberite serving.
That was a big point. That was a big point for DePauw there. It broke the momentum that Rose had.
Quick update from Rose-Hulman men's soccer. They lead Mount St. Joseph 4-0 after the first period. So a great start to the conference season for the Engineers. 4-0 lead at halftime. I believe they're saying...
I'm not sure what the call was there. Unless they called in the net.
Pretty sure that's what it was. 15-8 DePauw.
There's a nice dig right there.
Abright, a great dig, and that one's sent over, and there we go. Rose does get one across, 15-9, so they're starting to come back a little bit.
Well, they put that ball in the middle, that short little middle dump like I was talking about a little while ago.
That one in the net, but DePauw keeps it alive. Nope. I think they got the net again, so it's 15-10. Rose-Hulman showing a little life. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
I like it. Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. 15-10, DePauw leads in the third set. Rose-Hulman serving. Greg, Rose-Hulman showing some signs of life here.
Yeah, it was 14-5, and now we've got a 15-10 game. So.
And that will continue as Allie Fultz sends one down, 15-11. The Engineers answering back to DePauw's big run to start the third. And a bit of a miss hit by Jessica Levy. Down to a 3-point difference.
It's been brought to my attention, you notice that servers will serve from the extreme right or the extreme left. It's usually just personal preference.
There's a good shot.
Personally, if I've got a server that's a little bit erratic, I want him to serve from the middle.
Don't know where it's going.
That way, if you're a sprayer,
give you a little leeway on both sides.
That's right. The court's 30 feet long, but 30 feet long and 30 feet wide. If I'm in the middle.
Levy puts that one into the net. 16-13. DePauw, Rose-Hulman hanging with them.
Here's the opposite extreme. Last Rose server from the extreme right. This is from the extreme left.
Levy sends it long, and it's 16-14. Just a reminder, conference play starts for these Lady Engineers this Saturday, 11 a.m. They'll be at Defiance. Shouldn't say starts. They won their first match of the season. They beat Manchester already. They're actually the only team in the HCAC that has a conference victory so far.
There's that big service error monster that reared its head. Rose was on a 9-1 run.
It's been a bit of a bugaboo for the Engineers so far today. 12 service errors, just one for the Tigers. Rose gets it back. Allie Foltz, she is playing really well tonight. She's taken command up front. 17-15 Tigers, and now Foltz will serve.
I would think that's available for Rose, that quick set. With the height advantage they have, they should be able to hit over the top of the DePauw block.
Boy, that was a nice play, but Rose able to keep it going.
There's a nice hit.
By Ashley Haas. 18-15 DePauw. So they bring Kendall Herrick back in. Riley Kamer will be serving. Another one of the freshmen on this DePauw club. Kamer keeps it alive. That one's going to be long off the hands of Levy. 18-16, DePauw leads. Jillian Gregg will be back to serve for the Fighting Engineers. Gregg with a service ace, and now it's just a 1-point difference. Twelfth ace of the night for Rose. And there we go. We're all knotted up off the hands of number 24, Megan Corte. What a comeback by the Engineers here in set number 3.
Right now, DePauw's serve receive is resulting in a setter having to chase the ball like that.
And that went into the net. Rose-Hulman has taken the lead in set number 3. We've got a timeout. The Engineers are rolling. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to the Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger. To keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. Troy Wilson and Greg Mogan with you tonight. It's been a pretty good match so far, Greg. Rose-Hulman, a big comeback here in set number 3, currently leading 19-18.
Yeah, Rose is on a 14-4 run.
Coach Sellers trying to get her group back under control here as they have had the wood laid to them lately. Up, we've got Rose in the net, it would appear. So that'll tie it up at 19.
I didn't see that. I was busy following the ball and didn't see.
I didn't see it either. I saw that though. Number 22, Kate Wood, fires one across for the Engineers.
That's so hard to defend, that quick set in the middle, especially when you're taller than the people on the other side.
Kylie Rathbun and Sophia Koop back in for Rose-Hulman. Rathbun serving.
Off the block.
Set. That one goes off a gamer, and it is 21-19 Rose. Closing in on perhaps getting that set lead back. Rathbun sends it across. Boy, that was a nice shot, but it...
It's out.
Yeah, that was out. It's like I didn't know if Kamer got a piece of it or not, but no. So 21-20 Rose. And that one's going to be long as well. Sophia Koop sends it a little too far. Knotted up at 21. Serving for DePauw will be Ashley Haas. Hard serve and a long serve. Rose-Hulman back in front.
Did you notice how that ball floated in the air?
It did.
Almost like it changed directions when it got over the court and lifted.
We haven't seen many service errors by the Tigers. That's just the second of the night, in fact. Ebright serving for Rose. Eric, a nice little tap, but Rose responds. Oh, Ebright can't get to that one.
That was a nice placement there. I think the Rose Libero was expecting something else.
You see one get by her, you've accomplished something. So, serving for DePauw, Avery Christie. Ah, man, they got her again back there. It's twice in a row. They've gotten Ebright off balance in the back. 23-22 DePauw. We've got a quick timeout. We'll take one with them. Thanks for watching the Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstadter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. Set number 3, it's 23-22. DePauw leads and DePauw serves. Avery Christie will send it across for the Tigers. That one into the net, so Rose-Hulman evens it up.
That was a big point right there.
Yeah, it was.
A big difference between 24 and 22. And
Rose-Hulman not facing set point here. Instead, they've got an opportunity to take the third set. And Sophia Harrison will get it underway. Christie keeps it alive. That one softly up to the net.
Nobody wants this point.
Quite the rally going here. That one fired hard across and good. Number 21, Sophia Coop. It's set point for the Engineers, and serving for it, number 9, Sophia Harrison. Rose-Hulman had fought back from a 9-point deficit. Can they take the third set? Harrison puts it into the net. Katie Gansel will give it a go for DePauw. 24-24. That one is long, so Rose back on top. Once again will serve for the third set. See what Sophia Coop can do. Yeah, there was trouble brewing there. DePauw stays alive. Olivia Carlin smashes that one right back where it came from. Ebright got a little too much on it. 25-25.
Both teams seems to be playing a little bit tight here since it was 23-23.
Grace Myers serves for DePauw, and Rose will once again take the advantage. Another opportunity. Third set point here for the Engineers. Serving this time, Allie Foltz. The junior out of Centralia, Illinois. Foltz keeps it alive, but it goes into the stands. Boy, oh boy. Quite the battle here, Greg. It's kind of fun to watch.
The big key is how well you handle that serve. You notice DePauw that time had a nice serve receive. Setter didn't have to chase the ball. She was able to give the hitter a good ball to hit. Unlike that. See, now we're just scrambling here.
Rose
good ball to hit.
Reset. Nice dig, tapped across. Here's an opportunity, lofted towards the back.
There's a good ball.
That one gets over, number 24, Megan Corte once again, 27-26, Engineers. Here comes Jillian Gregg to give it a chance. This is set point again for Rose-Hulman.
Rose tried to make a substitution there, but apparently we're a little bit too late.
Gregg sends it across. Herrick sets. Ebright keeps it alive.
That was nice. Good pass.
Look out. That one is going to be a DePauw point, so knotted up at 27 now. As Levy back to serve. That one's going to be long. Now this is the first time DePauw has had a chance to take the set. Levy sends it.
DePauw has it.
Oh, that one's going to be out. Rose stays alive.
I say DePauw I thought sure DePauw was going to have a swing at the ball there. Rose sent over an easy ball, and DePauw couldn't handle the easy ball.
Yeah, Myers popped it out of bounds to the near side. Back to serve now, Megan Corte. That one's long. Rose will have yet another opportunity. This is the 5th set point for the Engineers. Corte serving again. That one's a service ace, and Rose-Hulman takes the third set. Now a 2-1 lead for the Engineers. We'll take a quick break and be back with set number 4 You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. Troy Wilson and Greg Mogan coming to you this evening from the Holbert Arena, where Rose-Hulman just came back in a major way in set number 3 to steal one from DePauw. Rose-Hulman now up 2-1 as we get ready to begin the 4th set. Greg, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, this young DePauw team had a 14-5 lead and then let it slip away from them 30-28. I really think that will have a bigger effect on DePauw's young team than it would Rose's team. Had Rose lost, I don't think it would affect them like it might this young team. We'll see. I'm just guessing.
You know, that's part of the growing pains is these freshmen and sophomores, they got to learn how to deal with something like that. You know, you feel like you probably should have had that one. You had Rose on the ropes, and boy, you let them out of it.
Yeah, and now you have to think we have to beat them twice now to win this match.
Yeah, Rose has set themselves up well. If you go over and look through the windows in the Holbert Arena here, if you look real close, you'll see a whole bunch of trees. And behind that, there's a soccer field. There's a soccer match going on. The Lady Engineers are scoreless halfway through the second period over there in their conference opener. We'd also like to invite everyone right here to the Holbert Arena next Wednesday, a week from tonight. Rose-Hulman will be in action, the volleyball team.
I thought that second game, Rose utilized some of the same things DePauw had turned to, and they had more middle hits in that second game than they used in the first game.
As that one is going to go off the Rose defender, and I believe that was Carlin sent that one through. 2-1 DePauw. Serving will be number 10, Katie Gansel. And that one long off the hand of Coop. Next Saturday, Rose will host Mount St. Joseph, and that's the cancer research game here, so we certainly invite everyone out for a great cause that evening.
A little moisture on the floor. Roof must be leaking.
Yeah, it's in the same spot as last time.
Yeah, girls don't sweat, do they?
If they do, they don't admit it.
That's right.
Tony, you hit the nail on the head. They don't sweat, they glisten. That is... I agree. DePauw in a mess over here. And at that point, we'll go to the Engineers. 3-2, DePauw leads here in set number 4. Corte back into the game. She played a big role in that third set comeback. That one is long. So it's now 4-2 DePauw. This is the first in-state school that Rose has played all year. That one put into the net.
Oops.
Yeah, Grace Myers hand over her mouth. Not sure what happened there, but
almost missed the ball.
That's what I'd look like if I was trying to serve. Boy, they weren't ready for that one. Katie Gansel, not sure what was going on there, but Rose will take it. We're knotted up at 4. That was an ace for Fultz. And then she sticks one into the net. So there's that announcer's curse again.
Always call that an ace for the other team. That was my favorite serve when I was coaching. My favorite serve of the other team.
14 aces for Rose tonight, 6 for DePauw. Kamer keeps it alive. Herrick sets. Hey, that one will work out. Megan Corte fired one across, and DePauw kind of lost track of what was happening. So we're knotted up at 5.
Because she can negate those 14 service aces by 14 service errors.
That's true, yeah. Boy, set to nowhere there. Rose-Hulman will take it again. 6-5, the Engineers have claimed the lead. Herrick didn't get any air under that one, and nobody was home.
I think she was playing play number 4, and the rest of them was on play number 3.
Boy, a nice dig there by Rowan. Herrick sets,
there you
and
go.
Just a little tap over the net. Ashley Haas sends that one home.
That's what I thought Rose should have done in the last game. DePauw's middle looked a little bit soft, and
wow, Ebright can't catch up to that one.
That was a nice line shot.
Boy, we thought before the match these were two, on paper, pretty evenly matched teams, and it certainly seems that way. Ebright keeps this one alive. Oof. Boy.
That was a good hit.
That's 2 in a row from Katie Gansel that have sent the Engineers scattering.
That was really a nice hit right there.
8-6 DePauw. But, well, they kept it alive.
Rose should get a swing on this one.
There it is. However, DePauw still
Self-defense.
And this one will get away from him. So Rose, after 3 pretty good shots there, finally gets one through. Kaylee Rathbun back in. She'll be serving.
So far, it looks like losing that second game hasn't affected DePauw.
Yeah, they came out pretty heads up here. Boy, that's a nice block. I think that was Cannon sent that one back home. 8-8. Rathbun serves. Ebright keeps it in play. Boy, they keep setting up that cross. It's been working. Nice set.
That's a nice dig.
Pretty good rally going here. Ebright able to keep that one up.
Should be it.
Oh, Herrick tried to catch him off guard. Couldn't do it. Soft little tap across the net from Gansel will score.
Softest hit of the volley.
Yep.
Scores the point.
You know, you were making the baseball references earlier. That's the same thing. You know, your fastball, slider, and boy, they're never ready for it, you know.
That little roll right over the block.
That one is in, and it's now a 10-8 DePauw lead. Not happy with the service game here, Greg.
I'm not sure what happened there. It wasn't a hard serve, but nobody went for it.
It's never good when the hands are in the air and the mouth is open, and it's just, I don't know.
I thought you had it.
That one will work for Rose-Hulman. Sophia Coop smashes one home. As Allie Fultz, she's always fired up when she comes back in. You gotta love that. Ebright serving for the Engineers. Almost got away with one there. Kamer barely got a piece of it. Oh, and then Rose falls to pieces. DePauw will score. It's 11-9.
Let's say if you look at the depth of the Rose defense on the serve, I was just ready to say, if you could just drop one right over the 10-foot line.
Yeah, there's nobody home there. There's a smash. Whoop. Not sure what happened there. Rose gets a point. Not sure what that one was.
I have no idea. There's nobody in the net.
Said a block error by Ridgeway. I don't really know what that means.
Oh. A back row player is not allowed to jump inside of the 10-foot
row.
row.
I got you. It's 12-10 DePauw here in set number 4. That one is out, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. No, DePauw gets the point.
On the line.
13-10 DePauw. Set number 1 went to Rose. They dominated it, 25-16. DePauw answered back with a 2-point victory. And then Rose took an extended third set, 30-28. Now the Tigers with a 2-point lead here. Rose serving. Sophia Coop. Boy, oh boy. Somebody fell asleep over there.
I hate to criticize a player, but
I do it all the time. Go ahead.
You got to move your feet. You can't just reach.
You're saying they don't have 7-foot arms. Wingspan
There's some
12 feet.
Somebody super glued her feet to the floor.
It's one of those fundamental breakdowns, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they got it back. That was a nice spike there. Number 16, Olivia Carwin. One of those California players you were talking about earlier. She's pretty big force in there.
Olivia has put 3 balls this game down the line, and then that time she hits cross court. So
that's one thing you can say about DePauw. They throw a lot of different tactics at you. They're constantly changing things up. Rose gets one back, 14-13. Allie Foltz will serve. It's Rowan back in for the Engineers. Look out, that one's long. And we're knotted up at 14. A little too much there from Carwin.
that looked like a strange swing to me, like almost like a sidearm swing. Wasn't over the top.
Well, she was close to getting into the net on that. Owen keeps it alive.
Free ball for Rose.
Oh, that'll work. Haas went up for the block, but knocked it to the side. 15-14 Engineers. Oh, all kinds of trouble on that one. As Kamer's going to come back in along with Herrick, and it looks like Ebright will return for Rose-Hulman.
Strange how those little free balls from the other side, you don't think it's going to do any damage, but yet the other team can't handle it.
Rose in all kinds of trouble here. Ebright sends one over, and it's good! Wow! Oh, man.
That was a 59-foot shot.
That was fantastic. Ebright's over there trying to contain herself. 16-15 Rose. She didn't expect that one to drop in a million years.
She hit it 59 feet on a 60-foot long court.
Blind Squirrel finds a nut. Rose-Hulman up by one.
Free ball coming up for Rose here. Quick set.
Oh, that was a nice one. Haas sends it through.
Off the block.
There we go. Rose is pretty solid here. They're up 2-1, so this could be it. If they can push through to the end of set number 4, they're up 17-16.
Just noticing these two teams have girls from 19 different states represented on their two teams.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I did a game here 2 years ago, and there was a girl from Copenhagen, Denmark playing.
Yeah, with these engineering schools especially, you'll get them from all over. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, DePauw has 6 states represented on their team, and Rose-Hulman 13.
You know, Greg, my son turned 9 this year, and he's never been alive to see the Engineers beat the Tigers. So it was in 2011, the last time that the Engineers were able to defeat DePauw when it comes to volleyball.
He's 9?
He's 9.
I have socks that old.
You should probably buy some new socks. That's kind of gross, man. What do you think? 17-17 in set number 4, and make it 18-17 Rose.
Just to let you know how old I am. I went to Operation Catapult here at Rose-Hulman in 1970.
Man. Now, just for the record, Greg was my, was it 7th grade science teacher, I think?
Yes. Amazed for all 3 years that I had him in the 7th grade. He finally passed.
Thank you. Took a while, but I got there. I'm persistent. DePauw in trouble again. Kamer can't do anything with it. 19-17 Engineers. They are closing in on a victory. See if they can hold it together. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. Thank you for watching the Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You are watching Rose-Hulman Volleyball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terre Haute. 4th set, 19-17. Rose-Hulman leads. They are closing in on a victory here, Greg. They're right down to the wire.
I think DePauw's got a run. They don't look demoralized like I thought they would be. I think maybe they've got a little run. They'll tie this game at 19.
Well, if they do, we're gonna need to see it right now. Ebright serving for the Engineers. Coach Sellers, I'm sure, talked them up. Hey. Rose sends one
nice
back.
Block.
20-17.
There's a nice block.
It was Cannon up there at the net.
That was big. Down 3 instead of down 1.
Ebright will send it again. Oh, they're in trouble now. That one's gone. Ebright with an ace. 21-17. Rose-Hulman. Pretty good grab there by the line judge, and DePauw answers back. We kind of had the feeling if Rose was going to get one against DePauw, it was going to be this year with the young group of girls they've got. That one's long.
That's a killer.
Yeah, that one hurt. Rose now just 3 points away from victory. Sophia Harrison back to serve. Ebright keeps it alive. DePauw should get a good shot out of this. They do. And they score. Rathbun did all she could.
It was a slow motion back roll.
Took a while for that point to come to fruition there. 22-19.
Judge from Russia gave her a 6 on that roll.
We've got another timeout. We'll take a quick 30. Thank you for watching Rose-Hulman Volleyball.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. Troy Wilson and Greg Mogan with you. We're closing in on what could be the end of this. Rose-Hulman up 22-19 in set number 4. They lead 2-1 over DePauw. And Greg, what do you think is going to play out here in the next few minutes?
Somebody will win.
Somebody going to win? Thank you for that insight.
Rally scoring is one of those things that you can get points off your opponent's errors as well as good play from yourself. So every point in rally scoring you have to look at as a 2-point play. It's one you got, one they didn't get. So I think DePauw needs a little help here from Rose. Tough to score 3 in a row to tie this up.
Gansel will serve. See if DePauw tightens up. That one's sent home. It's going to be good. Number 16, Allie Foltz. It's 23-19 Rose.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now.
2 points away from a win. Serving is Sophia Coop. That one dug out, not good enough. It's now match point for the Engineers.
I think that one just about put the mustard on the hot dog right there.
Sounds good to me, man. Coop back serving for the match. Here's the set. Oh, that one blocked back. Rose keeps it alive. Boy, that was a nice little tap across. Number 14, Lauren Ridgway sent that one through for DePauw. 24-20 Rose, still match point.
It's good to see DePauw hasn't just thrown in the towel. They're still fighting.
I think if you play for Coach Sellers, you're going to be a fighter. Grace Myers served that one. We'll see if Rose can end this thing. That one is in, and the Engineers are victorious. 25-20, 3-1. Rose-Hulman comes through with a victory over DePauw for the first time since 2011. Boy, that's got to be a monkey off the back. Take home the victory this evening. Greg, what do you think?
I think DePauw's got something they can look forward to, and only having 2 seniors on this team, 7 freshmen. If they can get a little bit of size to help them out in the middle, I think they've got a bright future. Rose, you know, it did kind of what you expected. They come in with the best record of the 2, 7-7. You kind of thought this would be an opportunity for them to get a win over DePauw, and they kind of lived up to that. Both teams made good adjustments, though. I thought DePauw made a good adjustment in that second game by going to the quick set and the curls. Rose came back to it in game 3 and kind of gave them some of their own tactics. They utilized a lot of quick middle hits, too.
Yeah, I thought Rose was in trouble there for a bit when that second set was going on, but boy, what a comeback. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for a short wrap-up. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, he watches out for you.
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
We'd like to thank you all once again for watching this evening. Joining us from the Holbert Arena here in Terre Haute, where Rose-Hulman victorious 3-1 over DePauw. Rose-Hulman will be in action again on Saturday, I believe it was. They start conference play. And Greg, certainly a great win for him tonight. Real quickly, where do you think this team's going? They're finally above 500 this season.
I think if they clean up some of their service errors, I mean, you have 14 service errors in 2 games or 3 games. That's a lot. That's a big hurdle to overcome. They clean that up. Remember, in rally scoring, every point is 2. It's the one you got and the one they didn't get.
Yep. Well, certainly a fun night. Great comeback by Rose. Thanks again to our presenting sponsor, the Indiana Army National Guard. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors real quick. Culver's, Farm Bureau Insurance, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Thank you, Greg Mogan, for joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun. I'm Troy Wilseen. We'd also like to thank our producer and director, Tony Harper. This has been a production of the Indiana Sports Network, LLC. Thank you for watching.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
You are watching Rose-Hulman Volleyball on the Indiana Sports Network.